Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is AD, aka AD Beats LV, with the AD's Reaction Channel, coming back with the part 4 of Charleston White Money for Clout. You seen on the previous ones how he started out as just an activist, and then as the years and the year go by, he starts saying more and more outlandish stuff, to get more views, to get attention. And in my philosophy, all attention isn't good attention. I don't care, man, because you can get positive attention or you can get bad attention about what you talking about. Especially on YouTube and things of that nature. And he's noticing that being negative, saying things that are not true about people, being gutter, just being filthy, with his words is gaining him more money and clout. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely not a good combination with making enemies. Because you never know. One day you might see that enemy. So with that being said, like, subscribe, share. We're gonna get into part 4 of Charleston White, Money for Clout, and we're gonna see how his clout just keeps going up, but he's just drunk off clout, saying nonsense, being negative, and having that negative energy thrown out in the universe. So let's go ahead and get right into it, folks. Let's go.
You recently had a back and forth with OG Percy,
Yeah.
and you make it well known that no Crip or no gang member they don't do anything for the community.
Nah.
You showed last week you took a kid from juvenile when you helped him out. But let's just talk about that, because OG Percy, right? He's a
Yeah.
Crip, right?
Yeah.
And you feel as though
He a 52-year-old Crip. He a 52-year-old Crip. That's not shameful. 52-year-old with no vehicle. All your children have been to jail. You smoking weed on camera with your kids with guns, and they just coming home from jail. Everything is super loped out, cuz it's never, everything is cuz. Every day you in the Crip colors. And the guy who started the game was 14. So you was every bit of 18, 19 when you joined behind 14-year-olds. Right? Your whole conversation is prison and jail and gangs and street, and is that glorification? Is that glorification? So I'm saying, okay, man, we live in the same city. You walking up and down these streets. You glorifying this. This is what I speak against, homie. You 52 years old talking about cuz. Talking about Lil Rank. Lil Rank was 14 years old, died at 18. I personally knew Lil Rank. You at your mother's house. You stay with your mother. You have no vehicle. You have no woman. What example are we showing our young people, homie?
All right, now check this out.
When I wake up and I say, man.
Now see, this is the real Charleston White. He probably even have his tall can of Colt 45, or maybe he ain't down a bottle of Thunderbird with the grape Kool-Aid. Now this right here is the Charleston White that's respectable. Like, 'cause I can't front on anything he just said right now. Ain't nothing wrong with saying "cuz" though. If you with your homeboy, I'm not saying necessarily online just be saying "cuz" here and that, but ain't nothing wrong with that, because that's just in your lingo. If you just hanging with your homeboy, your homeboys, or whatever, y'all just kick back, you gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how y'all used to conversing with each other. I ain't really tripping about that, but all the other stuff, he's got a valid point. You know what I'm saying? At a certain age, you got to let that stuff go and be a grown man about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
And look at this big old pretty house I live in with my wife. I'm getting on national TV saying I don't cheat on my wife. Homie, my wife don't suspect me cheating on her. It should be some women in the comments. He a lying motherfucker. It should be some motherfucker saying, man, he lying. He get high. He talk about, man, I talk about everything. I'm saying, there go my son. Man, here go my daughter's room. Say, man, this what black fatherhood look like. This what black manhood look like. But they want the gangster shit. He who controls images control minds. That's what Confucius said. So we've been fed these gangster images. When do we counter those images? So what I'm doing, I'm countering that gangster image. You can go get OG Percy. You can go get Monster Cody. You can go get all them OGs that's on camera talking and ask them to show you how they live and where they live, and you will see, man, they really homeless. OG Percy is a crack addict, huh? Everybody know he smoked crack, huh? That's a dope fiend. That's a dope fiend, huh? I ain't never smoked crack. So I'm saying, okay, that's why they love DMX. They loving the dope. Man, this is the dope crack babies. They despise their mamas, but they idolize the dope fiend rappers, the dope fiend gangsters, but they resent their mothers. They resent their grandmothers for being dope fiends.
That's not true. Not DMX, bro. Whoever else he talking about, okay, cool. But, you know, I've seen DMX's story and all that. You know, he still adored his mom, even though, you know, in the story, she did treat him bad and beat him severely. But he still always had that utmost respect for his mother because, you know, she brought him into this world. They might not have had the best relationship, but he didn't despise his mom or anything like that. See, this is where the Charleston White, the drunk on Clout starts to come, because he starts saying too much and stuff that's not true. Let's go.
Only to look at these men to idolize, not look up to. They don't look up to these men. They idolize. So I'm saying, man, the only reason we went back and forward is because I spoke on something and it was right. Y'all fighting for what, homie? Y'all finna do a fight for what? Two black men finna fight for what? So now we done tricked the world to believe that only black men can solve their problems is in the boxing ring.
Like you said, let's have a spelling bee, right?
Man, a debate. Let's have a.
Well, we all know the reason why Charleston White don't want to fight. He don't want that fake eye lodged in his medulla oblongata, whatever you you don't want that fake eye. He don't want it enlarged in his gushy area up there. You know what I'm saying? So stop it, bro. That's still, I mean, I guess you're right to a certain extent, though. Like, you don't have to solve problems with violence or boxing or whatever. But where we come from, that's the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? A spelling bee. Come on, bro. But we all know why Charleston White don't want to box, bro. He don't want to get that little fake eye enlarged in his cranium. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's have a obstacle. Let's go do an obstacle course, nigga. See if you in shape. See if you can run 3 miles. Let's go. But we go show the world all we know how to do is when we can't think, we fight.
It's better than shooting.
That's why you niggas broke. That go for Bosco. That's why them niggas broke at their mama house, homie.
Now, how do you know they're at their mama house, though?
We did an interview and we spoke about how gangs.
Yeah,
he doesn't agree with your input on.
Well, he said gang. He made it like gangs was positive.
He's saying that people outside of gangs do crime too.
We ain't saying about what gangs do crime. Gangs wake up to kill black people. People who commit crimes don't wake up to kill black people. Gangs don't commit crimes. Gangs kill black people. Them niggas don't wake up and go rob and snatch persons. Gangs don't wake up and break into cars. They wake up to go put in work and kill black people. That's all they do. Nothing else. They don't exist to do nothing else. So what the fuck he talking about? That nigga got to be the dumbest motherfucker in the world.
Nah, because you know
He got to
what?
be the
Let me
dumbest
interject
motherfucker.
too, because there's on record that some of the fiercest and coldest, gangsters was still really polite to elderly people, to kids, would help them with their groceries. This is a fact right here. See, that's what I mean by sometimes he would say stuff just for satire and just for views to get people going and say, oh, let me see what Charleston White talking about. You know what I'm saying? And here we go saying that that's all they do is wake up and gang bang and kill. Nah, man. Some of the fiercest gangsters out there had big hearts for their mother, for elderly people, and helped them just like they was a regular gentleman on the street. So, man, Charleston, knock it off, bro. This is what I mean by you get drunk off the clout by saying little stuff like that, knowing that people gonna want to watch that. There's some people that like to hear that negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
That's why he can't get out his mama house. I challenge any grown man, homie, on this internet talking, nigga. Produce, this how you separate the man from the boy. Niggas, get out them corners. Take that camera out that corner and flip around. Let's see how you niggas living, homie. For you to have so much, see, this what make me such a bad motherfucker. And I can pat myself on the back. See, cause I can stand on this shit, my nigga. All the shit that I'm saying, I can stand on. I can pull your news articles. Man, I've been doing this. Man, let's come over here and do this. I can do that. They can't, homie. They got to put themselves in front of the camera and talk for drama. I'm talking for change. It's just I got a bunch of niggas bringing a bunch of drama to me. I came to the internet positive.
You did.
But I got so much hate on the internet, nigga, I'm going to reflect what's before me.
Hold on, bro.
I'm going to reflect.
Bro, we seen your first interview, bro. You was saying some stuff that the majority of what you was talking about wasn't true, bro. So you ruffled feathers right out the gate. Let's go.
What's before me, nigga. And you think I'm going to get an internet the real me? They going to keep getting this goddamn character that they tuned in. They'll never get the real me.
Ah, see? You see what I'm saying? He exposing himself, but that's not necessarily good because, man, you can get your top split, bro. Messing around like that, Everybody ain't gonna take it with a grain of salt like, oh, he just playing a character. Nah, there's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna split your carrot, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna bust your pinata. You know what I mean? Have candy coming all out your head, bro. Boy, this guy is something else, bro. But yeah, this is a short video. The other ones are short too, and they're not all that long. But it just shows. This one right here, he was actually kicking some real community activist stuff. But then at the same time, in between these little parts, he be saying some nonsense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess, with a little bit of, knowledge and really kicking game, he still got to spew some negative nonsense that's not true, and get a little bit. He got buzzed on Clout on this one right here. I wouldn't say he was drunk, but he was just a little buzzed. You know what I'm saying? Got a little, goosebumps or fuzz. You get a little buzz. You feel like your hair standing up on your head. Yeah, he just did that this time around, y'all. So, with that being said, there's still a couple more, parts. And then this is going to conclude the White Charleston Money for Clout. You know what I'm saying? So, like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate it. Just trying to grow the channel and do good content. You know what I'm saying? Spit that game and do good content. I got more coming, and I appreciate everybody for coming out. Go to Say Cheese. I'm gonna link his handle in his description so you can go to his page if you want to check out all this stuff. I recommend you do. Great content creator. He does great interviews. Big ups to you, Say Cheese, Sean Cotton, man. I've been watching you for a long time as well, man. So kudos to you and the grind and the hustle. You know what I mean? So this is AD, aka AD Beats LV with the AD's reaction channel. Everybody stay safe out there, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.